Posting daily didn't get me to $100,000. This simple framework did. And it's so simple that you wish that you would have started it last year. So, if you're accustomed to getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, and you want to add a powerful stream of leads by using social media marketing, then this live is for you. I'm going to walk you through the simple strategy that I use in order to build my business to six figures and beyond so that you can do it too. This live is for coaches where you're already at six figures and you want to learn how you can convert your followers into customers on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or YouTube. This live is also for the ambitious business owner where you're capped between 8 to 10K months, but you've already built a successful business through word of mouth and referrals, and you want to know how you can use social media in order to increase that. Again, today I'm going to be talking about a simple content strategy to help you scale your business to $100,000 just by posting video content. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for coming in. Hey Kwanda, how you doing? If you are a business owner, feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat so I can go ahead and shout you out. If you're not a business owner and you're just sticking around because you want to be motivated, you can go ahead and drop in the chat and let me know where are you tuning in from, right? So that's all you got to do. If you're a business owner, drop the name of your business in the chat. If you're not a business owner, you can feel free to just tell me where you're tuning in from. Hey Chanel, how you doing? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I am in New York. It's 9:08 in the morning. On this live video, I'm going to be walking you through a simple content strategy for you to be able to scale your business to six figures. I love to teach all my lives like they are master classes. Why? Because I know what it's like to be following this guru, that guru, this guru, that guru, and putting it all, following all their tips, but not seeing any results. So instead, I want to show you exactly on this live video how you can take how you can take your audience from just watching your content to actually buying from you, right? And so what I ask for you in return is that you show some love on this live video by double tapping on the screen. If you double tap the screen or just like this video, then social media will see it and push it out even more. If you have any questions, feel free to ask it in the chat. If you like something that I'm saying, just be like, go ahead, girl, keep going. I love it, right? The more that you engage with me, the more that social media will go ahead and push this out. Thank you, Josie. And take some time to share this live out. All you have to do is hit the arrow at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen and invite 15 people to this live video. All right, we're shouting out St. Louis is in the building. That's Deb the counselor. Deb the counselor. St. Louis is in the building. Chicago is in the building. We got a lot of people here today. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I'm going to be showing you how I got to $100,000 in my business using this simple content strategy so you can use it in your business as well, especially if right now your business is making $5,000 a month, $7,000 a month, $8,000 a month, or even if you are making $10,000 a month in your business and you want to know how you can scale, because right now you're accustomed to getting your sales through word of mouth and referrals, you want to use social media. I'm going to walk you through how you can do that with your content as well so that now you're scaling your business to the next level. And here's the thing, a lot of you who are watching, you're already successful. You've already got your leads, you've already got your sales, but your goal is you want to get to the next level in your business. Whether that next level is $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $50,000 a month or more, I'm going to show you how you can do that using social media marketing. So I'm going to walk you through 4 tips, right? But before I get into these tips, I want to share this quick story with you. And before I share this quick story, I should introduce myself. I'm Shamar Star Cox, TV producer and marketing coach. My goal is to help 6 and 7 figure business owners get seen and get paid by creating binge worthy videos on social media. Why binge worthy? Because whatever you binge, you buy. We're in a society where people are binging Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, you name it. They're binging it and paying for it every single month. So what do? I show you how you can create that same exact experience on your page so that now you can take your audience from just browsing to binging to buying. That's the strategy. It's super simple. It works every time. Hey, Lashana, how you doing? Thanks so much for joining today. All right, so let me share this story and then I'll go ahead and give you these tips. And again, the more you engage, the more the social media will push this out. So I remember before being a TV producer, I was actually working at a staffing agency, right? And working at this staffing agency, I remember wanting to break into the television industry for so long. And when I finally did, it was because I was producing my own shows. But here's what I recognized. I was producing talk shows, I was producing films, I was producing short videos, and it didn't matter if I how much money I invested. And let me tell you, I was using my credit cards at the time. It didn't matter how much money I was investing. It didn't matter how much people I had working with me. It didn't matter that we even had what is it called? Launch parties for each show that I would have. And we would do all of these big things just so that the show can get pushed. But when it got launched on social media, barely anyone saw it. The views were low. So all the months of shooting, all the months of investing money using credit cards, all the months of training people to work with me, even having a launch party where we would interview the talk show hosts, we would interview them. None of that mattered because when I launched it without a marketing plan, people were still not seeing it. So it got launched, but the views were low. We get a couple of hundred views here, a couple of hundred views there. And as each episode launched, no matter what project I was working on, barely anyone saw it. And I remember feeling extremely discouraged and super frustrated. Any of you ever been in a position where you have something so amazing? You have this great idea. And then when you launch it, it's like only you and your family sees it. Right. And it's then super frustrating because now you're trying to figure out how can I get more people to see this? If more people could see it, I just know it would be successful. So for some of you, it's your videos. For some of you, it's your business. For some of you, it's a great idea that you have, right? And so that's where I was. I was in a position where I'm producing different types of shows, but I'm recognizing, and this is on my own, right? So this is not with a television company I was working with, but this is on my own. But I'm recognizing that it didn't matter what I do. It didn't matter how long I worked, how hard I worked, how much money I invested, or who I worked with. If I didn't have a marketing strategy, it was not going to get pushed, right? And so I remember stopping. I stopped shooting the content. I stopped posting my own shows. And what I did was I actually just focused on my career. And God had led me to quit my job. And when he led me to quit my job, he told me to start creating content full time. At the time, that didn't make any sense to me. It was 2020, right before the pandemic really took off, right? And there I was, I'm shooting my content, posting my content, and I'm recognizing something. My content is taking off. I mean, it's going viral. It's going viral on Instagram. It's going viral on TikTok. And I'm like, this is very interesting. But not only was it going viral, people started asking me, are you selling something? Because we want to buy. And I started to recognize, wait a second. I started to recognize that social media is more than a place where you just post. It is a tool for expansion. And as I kept putting out the content, I ended up starting a business. Now, this was completely different because when I was producing my own shows, I didn't know how to market it. I didn't know how to get people to watch it. I didn't know how to get people interested in it. And so those shows would flop. But when I started focusing on marketing in my business, putting out content that actually speaks to my dream audience, actually having a system in place to get them from watching to buying, that's when I started to see a huge shift and I was able to build my business to six figures and beyond. So let me ask you, what is your tool for expansion? Are you still creating videos, could be posting 3 or 4 times a day, wishing that one of them will go viral, thinking that this is the only way to get clients? Have you been working in your field for over 20 years, helping hundreds of people, but when you show up on social media, it feels like you're the best kept secret? If you're like, I want to get out of that because you know that you've been called to make an impact, you know that you should be on bigger stages, you know that you should be on high profile podcasts, you know that your message and your story should be reaching more people. But right now, with the way that you're posting, right now, who you're reaching is absolutely frustrating because you're ready to reach more, but it seems like barely anyone is seeing it. Then I want to invite you to join us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. In this challenge, we actually show you how to get people to watch your content and buy from you so that now you're reaching a larger audience. There's some of you right now where you're accustomed to going to networking events. And right now, that is the biggest way for you to bring in clients. And that's awesome. The only thing is, it's hard to duplicate yourself at multiple networking events. So instead, you can introduce content, video content into your business so that your content can actually do the heavy lifting for you. And now you're not just bringing in sales through word of mouth and referrals, but you're also bringing in sales through your social media. There's some of you in here where you're like, that sounds nice, Star, but I've tried social media several times and it has not worked for me. But how did you try social media? Were you just posting and ghosting, not really engaging with your audience? Were you just putting out your highlights, your speaking engagements, and every time you have a launch, you're just telling people this is what I have? Or were you actually taking the time to nurture your audience, taking the time to grow your following? See, when you're first starting out on social media, I get it. It's like, how about I just post the content and see what sticks? But posting without a marketing strategy or a marketing system is what's keeping your business small. So in the AI Content to Cash Challenge, what we do is we show you what content to post that you can actually reach your dream audience. And even if you're not getting a lot of views, the goal is to convert your followers into customers, right? So that's what we show you in the challenge. So if you want to join us, all you have to do is go ahead and DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn, you can DM challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you are on YouTube, you can actually select this website here that I just dropped inside of the chat. It is contenttocashchallenge.com/VIP, and then you can join us. Now, there's some of you who are specifically on TikTok. You're watching this live video on TikTok. Come on into the room. All you have to do is click the video so you can join us in the room, as I'm going to be sharing with you this simple content strategy to hit $100,000 in your business or more. Some of you may have already hit $100,000 in your business, but you hit it through word of mouth and referrals. You probably hit it through running ads, and you want to know how I can do this by also doing social media marketing, using organic content that you're posting yourself so that you can reach your audience. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to walk you through a 4-step strategy so that you can actually hit $100,000 in your business just from your video content, right? So if you're right now on the outskirts looking in, just click the video, join us inside the room so that you can actually participate. And if you have any questions about your brand, if you have any questions about your content strategy, feel free to ask it in the chat, no matter what platform you're on, and I will be happy to answer that for you. So again, I'm going to walk you through a 4-step strategy. It's called the EDGE framework. It's the EDGE framework to help you to put out the content that's actually going to bring your audience into your pipeline so that now you can convert them into customers. If you currently have a mindset that if all I have to do is post a video, go viral, and I'll get my sales that way, then I want to help you to shift that. Because some of you have been trying to work that strategy for the longest now, and you're recognizing that it's not really reaching anyone, right? And so how can you shift that? If you're currently posting content, it's stuck between 100 views and 200 views, and the only comments you're getting on your videos is from your best friend who just wants to support you, I want to show you how you can shift that, because there's a lot of you in here where you have been called to reach the masses. You have been called to reach more than just your local community, more than just your inner circle. But what content do you need to post in order to do that? And so I want to show you how you can do that. Again, this is called the EDGE framework. If you're taking notes, this is where you want to start taking notes. And this is what EDGE stands for. And then we'll break down each one, right? So EDGE stands for establish pre-selling content. The D stands for delegate to AI. The G stands for growth mindset, and the last E stands for elevate social media funnel, right? So I'll give it to you one more time if you're taking notes. This is where you want to take notes. E stands for establish pre-selling content. D stands for delegate to AI. G stands for growth mindset. And E stands for elevate social media funnel, right? So we're going to go into each one of these things right now. So the first one, E, establish pre-selling content. Right now, there's a lot of you where you're following gurus and they're telling you to post educational content, post educational content. They're constantly telling you to add value. And yes, that is amazing. You should be doing that. However, You're recognizing that you're putting out these educational content, you're teaching, you're doing tips, you're doing behind the scenes, you're doing tutorials, right? But it's still not turning into sales. And that is because the goal of your content isn't just to educate your audience, it's also to pre sell your audience. It's to pre sell your audience. Great content does three things: it pre sells your audience, it primes your audience, and it persuades your audience. So, what do I mean by pre selling? Pre-selling means that it's helping your audience to make a buying decision. The content that you're putting out should be helping your audience to make a buying decision. It's not enough just to put out educational content. The educational content, yes, it shows you as the authority, it shows that you know what you're talking about, but your content should be also pre-selling your audience so that they are making a decision to buy from you. Your content should also be priming your audience. There are a lot of people who are following you right now who are not yet ready to buy. So your content should be nurturing them until they make that decision to buy, right? And then persuade. Your content should help your audience decide, I'm ready to buy from you. Right. And so I want to walk you through how to create pre selling content. How do you pre sell your audience without sounding salesy, without feeling icky, or feeling like you have to convince your audience to buy from you? Because there are some of you right now, you're hearing me say the word pre sell, and you're feeling very uncomfortable about it because you don't want to have to convince your audience to buy from you or force them to buy from you. But with this strategy, instead of convincing or forcing, you're actually pre-selling to them, right? So what does that look like? So in addition to your educational content that you're putting out, you want to overcome objections. Overcome objections. What are the main objections that your audience has to buying from you? Right? So I want you to think about that. What are the main objections that your audience has to buying from you? Could it be that they don't have enough time? They're wondering if this is going to work for them. They don't have the money, and I'm using air quotes, right? Like, what are the constant things that people are telling you whenever it comes to them buying from you? And that's what you want to create content about. So, not just educating your audience and adding value, but also overcoming the objections they have. So, I'll give you an example. One example for me is when my audience is considering buying from me, one of their biggest objection is that they don't like the way they look on camera and they don't like the way they sound, right? And so for them, if they don't like the way they look and they don't like the way they sound, they're not going to create video content. So what do? I create video content that helps them to overcome that. If you don't like the way you sound on video, here's what you can do. If you don't like the way you look on video, here's what you can do. And I offer them alternatives. But not only do I offer them alternatives, I also encourage them. And I let them know, like, the fastest way to build trust with your audience is for them to actually see your face. So whatever is hindering you from showing up, here's how I can help you. And every time I post that content, people are like, that's exactly what I'm going through. That's the exact issue that I'm having right now. That's exactly what I'm experiencing. And now they can see, okay, here's how I can overcome this just by watching the video content. So my question to you is, what is it that your audience is struggling with? What is hindering them from buying from you? Create content that speaks to that. Because when you create content that speaks to that, now they're saying to themselves, oh my goodness, you're in my mind. You're in my head. That's exactly what I'm experiencing. And when you hear language like that, that means they're ready to buy from you because you're already showing them that you can see them and you can hear them. Now, there's a lot of you in here where you hear things like people buy from you when they know, like, and trust you, right? How many times have you heard that? If you ever heard that, drop a me in the chat. If you've ever heard someone tell you people buy from you when they know, like, and trust you, you can drop a me in the chat, right? But here's the thing. There's a lot of people who know, like, and trust you, but they're still not buying from you. Why? Because what gets people to buy is when they feel seen and they feel heard. So when you're creating content that speaks directly to what's hindering them from showing up, what's hindering them from buying, now they feel seen and now they feel heard. On social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn, there are billions of users on these platforms. And 30% of those users are business owners vying for the attention of your audience, just like you. So if you create content that sounds like everyone else, it's going to be extremely hard for your audience to feel seen and heard and buy from you. But if you create content that specifically overcomes the objections of your audience, now they're tuned in. Now they're locked in and they're paying attention to you. And now you're the only person that they want to work with and that they want to buy from. And this is how you pre-sell your audience. One last thing, when you're pre-selling your audience, some of you in here, you're feeling like, oh my goodness, this is the problem that I have now because whenever I'm selling, I'm afraid of sounding salesy and it feels icky when I'm selling. I have clients who are like that now. Even though they have businesses where they have made $500,000 in their business, when it comes to social media and selling through video, or even when it comes to selling through email, they don't want to bother their audience, or they just feel slimy, they just feel icky. They have the mindset where if I just put out the content, the people will come, right? Only thing is, social media has shifted so much. Since 2020, you could put out your content and the people will come. But because it's now 2025, it's 5 years later. That's an outdated content strategy. Now it takes a lot more. Just putting out the content and waiting for them to come is what's hindering your business from growing right now, especially if you don't have a lot of reach, right? So I want to help you to overcome that sounding salesy and feeling icky by shifting your mindset. You're not just selling just to sell. Your selling is actually a service. You're serving your audience. So instead of thinking, I got to show up and sell to my audience today, think about how can I show up and serve them? And when you're serving your audience, naturally, they want to buy from you, right? I want you to think about this. Any of you in here drive a car, right? Some of you are like, yes, yeah, I can see you, right? Some of you are like, yes, I drive a car. If you were driving on the highway and your car broke down on the highway, would you be so happy that a mechanic comes out to get your, well, maybe not a mechanic, but a tow company comes to tow your car to the mechanic and the mechanic fixes your car? Would that make you extremely happy if someone was actually able to fix your car for you, right? And if the mechanic fixed your car, wouldn't you be excited to just pay them so you can get your car back? And that's how your audience feels because the mechanic is offering you a service to solve your problem. No one's going to give their car to the mechanic and then be like, just keep my car. I never want it again. I know for me, I love my car. So whenever there's something wrong with my car, I happily take my car to the mechanic knowing that he's going to fix it. And then I gladly pay him. That's how your audience is. Your audience is experiencing a problem and you're the only person with the solution. So when they see you serving them, they are going to be happy to pay you. But if you keep showing up thinking, oh my goodness, I'm bothering my audience, they're never going to buy from me, they'll never invest that much in me, then guess what? They're not, because your mindset is already warped. You're already convincing yourself that people won't buy from you online, or the only way they will buy from you is if you're face to face with them in person. If you have that type of mindset, you'll never put out the content that's actually going to reach your audience. You'll never put out the content that's going to pull in the buyers. Social media is 80% mindset, 20% skill set. If you keep on thinking that people won't buy, guess what? You're going to attract a lot of people who keeps telling you they can't afford, they don't have money. Check back with me in 7 months. How many of you are experiencing that right now? Where each time you offer your product or your service to your audience, you'll get a bunch of people who say, "Oh, I can't afford that. Oh, that's too much for me right now. That's outside of my budget." You want to know why? Because that's the people you're attracting. That's your mindset. You're already going in thinking they're not going to buy. So you're attracting people like that. Hey, amazing digital life, how you doing? So what do? Shift. Instead of thinking they're not going to buy, I sound salesy, I feel icky. What if you thought every time I show up, people buy from me? What if you thought that? What if you thought every time I post content, people buy? I have an affirmation that I say it every morning. And it's more than an affirmation. It's a declaration because this is what I see for my life. What I say every morning when I wake up is every time I speak, I make $1,000 or more. That's my declaration. Every time I speak, I make $1,000 or more. And so I started speaking that. And 1 week later, someone comes up to me and gives me $1,000. I kid you not. They write me a check for $1,000. I didn't know they were going to give it to me. All I know is that I started saying this declaration, and the next week I made $1,000. And I said, "Oh, okay." Right? So then I kept on speaking. I kept on speaking. Then I booked another client. I booked a client for $10,000. So what you believe and what you speak is actually showing up in your content. So if you believe that people won't buy, you'll attract a bunch of people who will not buy. But if you believe that people will buy, then you will attract the people who will buy. Now, here's the thing. I had a former client. She joined me in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. And she told me that she didn't believe that she could make $50,000 a month from social media. She believed that she can only make $25,000. That's it. And when I helped her to see, actually, that's just the limiting beliefs, it's hindering you, then she started to believe I can make $50,000 a month. So, my question to you is, how much money do you believe you can make each month from social media? I'm not talking about word of mouth. I'm not talking about referrals. I'm talking about specifically social media. How much money do you believe that you can make each month? Because if you believe that you could only make $1,000, then that's it. You'll put out the content that only makes $1,000. But if you can believe that you can make $100,000 in a year from social media, you'll put out the content that actually attracts, that actually helps you to make $8,000 to $10,000 a month, which is what helps you get to six figures, right? So I want to give you an example. Well, actually, before I give you this example, so as I'm talking about the EDGE framework, right? And the first E stands for established pre-selling content, not just content that educates your audience, not this just content that entertains your audience, but content that pre-sells your audience so that when you're ready to make your offer, they are ready to buy from you, right? Now, this type of content right here. So we talked about overcoming objections, right? What are the objections that your dream audience has? Is it that they can't afford? Is it that they don't have enough time? Is it that they don't like the way they look? Like, what are the limiting beliefs that they have? What are the mindsets that they have right now that you can create video content for to help them to overcome so that when you make an offer, they actually buy from you? So, I want to give you an example of one of my former clients, right? Her name is Jasmine. She's a full time mom and an artist. And when she started working with us, she was already posting content on social media. She was getting some type of traction. However, people weren't buying from her yet. She wasn't sure what content to create in order to get people to buy from her. So we showed her how to create a sales video, right? And I want to talk to some of my authors real quick because there's a lot of you who you've written a book and the only people who have bought it is your family members. You've written a book and the only people who have bought it is your friends. And you were so excited when you wrote this book because you were so convinced that the entire world would see it. However, not enough, you didn't have marketing behind your book. So only your family and friends saw it. And now you're ready for more people to see it. This is where Jasmine was. Her artwork was amazing. She was selling it here or there. And so what do? We show her how to create sales videos so that now when she's putting out her content, she's specifically selling to her audience. What makes a sales video different from educational video? Educational content is you telling your audience, here are 3 tips to blah, blah, blah. Or these are 4 ways that you can overcome blah, blah, blah. A sales video actually calls out the pain point of your dream client. It shows them how you can help them, and then it invites them to buy. And so we showed her how to do this. And you know what happened for her? She made 18 sales from one video. Come on now, y'all not giving me enough credit. She made 18 sales from one video because we showed her how to do this sales video. But she's not the only one. Lori, a fitness entrepreneur, when she was showing up on social media, her audience was watching, but they weren't buying. How many of you are there right now? Your audience is watching you, but they're not buying. You can see the views going up. Even when you go live, you'll see like 100 people come on, but out of those 100 people, no one buys, right? That's where Lori was. And so what do? We showed her how to create a sales video. And in her sales video, I told her to speak just like this. Call out the pain point of your audience. show them how you can help them, and then invite them to buy. And so she did that. And you know what happened? She got 3 leads from one video. 3 leads. Simple strategy. So if you're accustomed to posting educational content every day because you have a mindset of, I just need to add value, I just need to add value. And if I keep adding value, then people will buy, then I'm hoping that this is shifting your mindset now. That it's not enough just to put out educational content. Your content should also be pre-selling your audience. And then you should be putting out a sales video that invites your audience to buy from you. But some of you in here, you don't know how to create a sales video because all you've ever been accustomed to is inspiring your audience, educating your audience, and that's where you're falling flat. Your strategy isn't fully complete. Your content strategy isn't fully complete. It's you only have part of the strategy. But if you want to learn how to implement the full strategy, how you can pre-sell your audience by overcoming their objections so that by the time you create a sales video, they're ready to buy, then I invite you to join us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. In this challenge, we show you how to create content that sells in 5 days or less. And so what I'm doing right now, if you're watching on TikTok, is I'm pinning this notice so that you can get access to the challenge. All you have to do is DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge, right? So if you're on the outskirts right now watching just from your For You page, feel free to come into the room, right? You can click the pin that I just pinned right here, type challenge accepted, and send me your email address so I can personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you're watching on Instagram or LinkedIn, you can DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. And if you're on YouTube, you can actually head to the website, contenttocashchallenge.com/VIP, so that you can get access to the AI Content to Cash Challenge. Right now, we have the challenge going on for August, so we're getting ready to wrap it up. But the next challenge will kick off September 8th to September 12th, right? So we're 1 month away. So some of you are probably thinking, okay, if it's a month away, I'll take my time to purchase the ticket. However, the first 5 people to sign up for VIP will get access to our AI Content Generator Pro. What does this Generator Pro do? It generates your content for you. So if you're constantly running out of content ideas, you don't know what to say in your videos to get your audience to buy from you, you don't know what videos to create to grow your following, this AI Content Generator Pro will do it for you. It'll write your video scripts. It'll write your captions for your videos so that now when you're putting out your content, you no longer have to just put one word in the caption and a bunch of hashtags. It's actually going to write captions that will convert for you, right? And you don't have to wait till September to get access to it. The first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you can get access to it as early as today and start to use it. The whole point of this Content Generator Pro is to help you just shoot and post, shoot and post. There's some of you where you keep getting stuck because you don't know what to say in your videos and you don't know what content to create. But this AI Content Generator Pro will do all the heavy lifting for you so that now when you're done using the Pro, you shoot your content and you post it. Just as simple as that. But again, it only goes to the first 5 VIPers to sign up. If you're number 6, you won't get access to it. All right. So I'm giving you a 4-step framework showing you the exact way that I was able to scale my business to 100K by using simple content, right? And the first part of this strategy is establish pre-selling content. So instead of just only putting out educational content, I'm showing you how to also put out content that pre-sells your audience, right? So that's the first E. The second step is D, delegate to AI. Delegate to AI. So if you're taking notes, this is the second step. Delegate to AI. Use AI tools to delegate, to brainstorm, to write, and to repurpose your content. So stop wasting time guessing and start scaling smarter. Right? There are some of you where you feel like you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're just thank you, Jason. You're just posting video content after video content after video content, whether you're on YouTube or you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, or TikTok. And it's frustrating because nothing's really resonating. Your audience isn't commenting on your videos. Your audience isn't saving or sharing your content. And you're trying to figure out how come When someone else is doing it, right? So you have someone that you're watching right now and they're selling something similar to you. When they're putting out their content, it goes viral all the time. They get lots of engagement, they get lots of comments, lots of sales too. But when you do it, it's like crickets. Barely anyone sees it. And it's frustrating because you know that what you're offering is actually better than what that person's offering. How do I know? Because I went through that too. I remember going through a phase where I would buy my competitors' offers, and I'm like, this is all they're offering? Mine is better than this. But they were reaching more people than I was reaching. And it was frustrating. So what did I do? Got better at marketing. I got better at marketing, right? And so you can do that by actually using AI. If you actually use AI to help you brainstorm your content, right? Gives you the content ideas, write the scripts, write the captions, repurpose your videos, then guess what? You'll be unstoppable because now you can consistently put out content that reaches your audience and converts. So, as I said before, the first 5 people to sign up for VIP of the AI Content to Cash Challenge will get access to the AI Content Generator Pro. I want to walk you through how this pro can completely change your life so that now it's generating the content for you. When I created this AI Content Generator Pro, I created it with you in mind because I can see you trying to figure out, what do I post today? You're waking up every day and each day you're telling yourself, I'm going to post content. And then when it comes time to shoot content, you have no idea what to create. You have no idea what to shoot, right? In addition to that, you'll get dressed, but you realize that you're always trying to come up with the ideas the same day. But what if you could come up with the ideas in advance? And what if you can have unlimited ideas and never run out? What if you never had to write your own script again? Some of you're telling yourself the reason why you don't shoot video content is because you just talk forever, right? And you need to have some type of container where you can talk and not just talk forever. And instead, when you're talking, you have structure. That's the word I was looking for. Some of you are looking for structure with your videos. Right now, you're getting up, shooting whatever, and posting it. And it's frustrating because you're recognizing it's not getting traction. So you wish that you had structure. So with this AI Content Generator Pro, when you get access to it, all you have to do is tell it who your dream client is. Tell it the pain points and the desires of your dream client. And from there, it will tell you what content to create. How many of you would love to get access to that? Just knowing, okay, this is what content to create each day. But in addition to it telling you what content to create, it'll also write your scripts for you. So now instead of you just getting up and just talking and not knowing how to get your expertise from your head and into your videos, you'll know exactly what to say in your videos. So I have clients where they thrive one-to-one and in person. So when they're not on video camera and they're in person with people, they can thrive. Why? Because they can read the room and they know exactly what to say to that person that's going to get them to buy. Their expertise is phenomenal. And that's where some of you are. But when you get on video, it's extremely hard for you to be able to communicate what to say in your videos and get it into a 1-minute video or get it into a 2-minute video. And it's absolutely frustrating. So what do? You stop shooting content. You don't even post. Some of you don't even know what to say in your live videos. But what if you had a tool that actually created your script so you know exactly what to say? That's what the AI Content Generator Pro does for you. It'll tell you exactly what to say. Some of you right now, you're putting out your content and the views are stuck between 100, 200, 300, right? That's a good indicator that your hooks for your videos aren't working. What's a hook? The hook is what you say in the first 3 seconds of your video to grab the attention of your audience. Right now, you're showing up in your videos and you're going, hey, welcome back to my channel. Hey, it's your girl. And the problem is you're saying that, but your audience is scrolling past it because they're not resonating. They're not resonating with it. So instead, the AI Content Generator Pro will tell you exactly what to say in your first line of your videos so you can actually reach your audience. But here's the thing. You don't have to do any work but tell the Content Generator Pro, this is who my dream client is. Would that make life so much easier if you can do that? I had one of my clients try it out. right? So she's always creating her content from the top of her head. And instead of her having to do that, she said she put in her dream client, and the AI content generator pro told her what carousels to create. And she put it out, and she said she got more views and more engagement on her posts. How many of you would love to stop trying to figure it out on your own and actually just have a tool that does it for you, right? But not only does it write your scripts, it gives you your hooks, it also writes your captions. I remember for me, I used to get stuck. Like, what do I say for my captions? And it used to take me 2 hours just to write captions for my videos. How many of you are going through that right now? You're like, I don't even know what to say. You're prompting ChatGPT, right? And it's telling you what to write for your captions, but it's very generic. It's not converting, it's not speaking to your dream audience, and it's absolutely frustrating, right? With this AI Content Generator Pro, it speaks directly to your dream audience, and it tells you how to write a caption. Actually, it writes the caption for you. So all you're doing is copying and pasting so that now we'll speak to your audience, right? This is what happens when you delegate to AI. But now I was just talking about a whole lot of, okay, this is how you write your scripts. This is how you get your content ideas. But what if you're someone where you don't want to have to show up on your videos, right? Like for you, it's extremely hard to create the content because you're so busy. You have a lot of clients, you have family. So, what tool can you use in order to create the content for you? There are lots of tools that create the content for you for AI, whether you are repurposing your content, right? So, for me, I like to show up live. I'll shoot my live videos, I'll take the live videos and I'll repurpose it. I have AI cut up my videos for me, tell me where I can cut so I can repurpose it across different platforms. But then there are also tools like Hey Jen that can create an avatar for you and you never have to show up. You just tell, Hey Jen, this is the video that I want to create, and it'll create it for you, right? So you're having a thought process of, oh my goodness, it's hard for me to show up because I don't have time to create content. You're always on the go, you're always with clients, but there are lots of AI tools that you can use that will create it for you. Hey Jen could create the content for you. You can use a Canva Magic. For some of you who are like, I don't know what Hey Jen is, but Canva Magic will also create the content for you, whether it's creating the carousels or creating the videos for you. So you no longer have to try to figure out how to create the content or sit down to even shoot because AI is available to do that for you, right? Okay, so we're talking about 100K strategy, how I scaled my business with simple content. Hey, Tammy, thanks for joining us. And I'm walking you through the EDGE framework. The first E stands for establish pre-selling content, and the D stands for delegate to AI, right? So those are the first two. So that's what I did with my business. I started pre-selling my audience. I wasn't just educating them, but I was pre-selling them also. And then I was using AI in order to multiply my content, especially if you're someone where you're on multiple platforms and you're trying to figure out what do I post on each platform. You can use your AI tools to multiply your content, repurpose it in different areas. The G stands for growth mindset. Growth mindset. Shift your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. So some of you are in here, you're listening, you're taking notes, and then you're telling yourself, that's a lot. There's no way I'm going to be able to learn that. Technology is not my thing. I'm not that tech savvy. How many of you have ever said that before? Well, I'm just not that tech savvy. I hate technology. Technology doesn't like me. I'm not good at it. That's a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset says there's nothing else you can learn in order to change your situation, right? A fixed mindset says things will always be this way. But a growth mindset says I can always learn a new skill. I can always change my situation. I used to have a fixed mindset. I used to think that working my 9 to 5 was it. Once I went to college, once I got a master's degree, there was nothing else to learn. There was no way I'll be able to learn video content. There's no way I'll be able to learn marketing. That used to be my mindset. It was a fixed mindset. And that's where some of you are now. You're watching people create amazing videos. You want to too, but you're convincing yourself, well, that's it. I won't be able to edit. I'm not going to be able to learn editing. I'm not going to be able to learn how to shoot my video content. But that's a fixed mindset. And that mindset is keeping you limited. Why? Because there are thousands of people around this world who is waiting to hear from you. They need to hear from you. Your business will transform their life. But if you keep telling yourself there's no way you're going to be able to learn, there's no way your content's going to get better, guess what? You're never going to reach them. There are some of you right now where you're currently reaching your audience through word of mouth, you're getting them through referrals, and that's amazing. But there are some people who will never meet you unless they see your video content. That's just what it is, because they're not in your inner circle. They don't know anyone that you know, but they'll meet you if you put out the video content. My question to you is, do you want to keep them waiting? Do you want to keep them waiting? Like, you know, you have a life-changing product or service. You know that your product or service can transform lives. It can help people heal. It can help people build generational wealth. It can help people feel better about themselves, create better relationships, right? But then there are some people who can't find you. They can't see you. And for you, you're just like, oh, well, that's it. Let somebody else help them. The only problem is no one else will be able to help them because they're attached to your voice. They'll only work with you if they only knew who you were. Some of you in here, you're tired of being the best kept secret. And I know what that feels like, because you have amazing talents, amazing skills. When you started that business, you just knew it was going to take off. Only thing is, not enough people are seeing it. But you're having dreams of yourself on stages, speaking to large crowds. You're having dreams of yourself on high-profile podcasts that has thousands of downloads each month. But you're kind of stuck with, how do I get there? How do I get there? And that's by shifting your mindset and telling yourself, I can do this. Because the reality is, you can do whatever you put your mind to. If you convince yourself that your videos won't work, if you keep telling yourself, oh, no one will see this, or if I could only reach one person. I've seen people do that too. Settle for just reaching one person. No one joins social media just to reach one person. That's kind of bizarre. It's like the opposite of the point of social media. You were called to reach thousands of people because your message, your story will transform lives. But how long will you keep them waiting? When will you finally decide, now is my time? Now is my time to reach my audience. Now is my time to change their lives. There are a lot of you in here where you didn't just start your business to make money. You started it to make an impact because you just knew that if people saw you, if they heard your story, that they could change their lives too. They can live a better life too, right? So I have a client now. Hey, Miss Luxury, how you doing? I have a client right now. Her name is Maria Len. And when she first started with us, what she does is she is a wealth coach. And she helps individuals who are doctors, lawyers, nurses, where they make a lot of money, but they still feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. She helps them to be able to identify their money trauma so that they can heal from it and they can be able to make more money in their career, in their fields, and be able to save for the things that they desire. She helps them to heal their money trauma, right? Now, when she first started working with me, her issue was that she was a perfectionist. She wouldn't post any content because it had to be perfect. Who's identifying right now where you're getting stuck not posting any content because it has to be perfect? And if it's not perfect, you won't post it. So what happened? She joined us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge, right? And we helped her to overcome her fear. That's really what it is. The root of perfectionism is fear. She was just afraid of being embarrassed. She was afraid of people seeing her in a certain light. Hey, C5, how you doing? Right? She was afraid of these things. And for some of you, the reason why you're not showing up and you're a perfectionist is because there's a fear there. So what can we do to shift that fear? In just 3 days, we helped her to break that perfectionism off of her. Why? Because she has a higher calling. She has a bigger calling. It's more than just her being able to help people save their money and heal from money trauma. She's transforming lives. She's helping them to build wealth. And if she allowed herself to play small because of this perfectionism, then guess what? Then she's not going to be able to reach her audience. So in just 3 days in the challenge, she was able to break this perfectionism. Guess what? She's got 6 new clients in 1 month. Come on now. Your limiting belief, whether it's a fear of judgment, it's perfectionism, it's imposter syndrome, is hindering you from reaching your audience and from getting clients. Not until she broke free from the perfectionism did she get the 6 clients. Prior to that, she wasn't getting the clients, but now she is. And she's on a roll because she's ready to launch again. She's like, next month, I'm doing even more. Why? Because she's no longer in her own way. Are you still in your own way? Are you still the reason why you're not seeing the finances you want to yet? Are you still the reason why you're not pulling in the sales that you want to yet? Some of you are at 10K months. You want to get to 20K months, but you're playing small because of perfectionism. You're playing small because of imposter syndrome. Let us help you overcome that so that now when you show up, you're showing up ready to serve. If you're like, that's me, I want that, then join us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. All you have to do is DM me the word challenge accepted. Send me your email address as well, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you can just head to the website, contenttocashchallenge.com /VIP, /VIP, right? Now, again, if you're one of the first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you'll get access to the AI Content Generator Pro that will actually create your content for you. It'll write your scripts, it'll write your captions, it'll give you the hooks to make your videos better to reach your audience. And by better, I mean it'll help you to go from getting 200 views to getting thousands of views. So that now the people that you are called to could actually see you and buy from you, right? But that AI Content Generator Pro only goes to the first 5 people to sign up for VIP today. So if you want to get access to it, DM me the word challenge accepted. I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. Now, here's the thing. When you get the invite to the challenge, for some of you, actually, I'm sending you directly to VIP, right? But we do have 2 levels. We have VIP and we have the Diamond Experience. Thank you so much, Loading. Truly appreciate the love, right? We have 2 levels for the challenge. We have VIP and we have Diamond Experience. Diamond Experience is only for the elite business owners. For those of you who desire exclusivity, where you don't just want to be in the room, you want one-on-one attention and one-on-one support. That's what Diamond is for. When you are a Diamond Experience member, you get access to a complimentary one-on-one content strategy session with me. And in this session, I actually help you to identify your dream client and how to speak their language so that they can buy from you. And we just do that in 30 minutes. It doesn't take 3 months. It doesn't take 4 years. It takes 30 minutes for you to be able to put out the content that reaches your audience so that they can start buying from you. I had Keith and Vanessa, they're one of my clients. They help you to be able to write your book and publish it within 30 days. Before they started working with me, of course, they were putting out their content, but they were barely getting any traction. Their audience wasn't even commenting on their videos. And now when they started working with us, guess what? People are actually paying attention. They're actually commenting on their videos. They're generating leads. They're getting leads from their social media content. How amazing is that? That could be for you as well. I want you to imagine what it would be like to get 30 leads from your social media videos. Think about that. Right now, when you're going to a networking event, you're probably walking away with 4 to 5 leads. And from the 4 to 5 leads, maybe one of them buy. But imagine posting video content and you get 30 leads. How would that shift your business? What would that mean for you? Would that mean that you can actually convert those leads? You'll be able to convert them? Does that mean that you'll be able to convert them and hire staff? What would that do for your business? Or would it prove to you that social media actually does work and it works a lot faster than just doing word of mouth and referrals. If you're like, that's what I want to shift because what I'm doing right now, it's working, but I want to add another stream. Because here's the thing, a lot of you watching right now, you're already successful. I'm not talking to people who are struggling. If you're struggling to get sales, I may not be your coach. If you're struggling to convert, I may not be your coach. You're already successful. You've already built your business. Your goal right now is to add another stream of leads to your business. Your goal right now is to add another stream of sales to your business. That's what we help you with. Where you already have a proven method, your service, whether you're a coach, you could be a relationship coach, you could be a fitness coach, a finance coach, you could be an author coach, a business coach. You already have a coaching program or a membership that works. And all you want to do is fill it up some more. Maybe you're a photographer where right now you're just getting sales through word of mouth. You're getting sales through referrals. You want to know how you can put your photography business online so that you can reach more people and get sales. Maybe you are a consultant or you work in insurance. And right now, for insurance, you're relying on word of mouth or whoever your business is sending to you. And what you want to do is bring in your own clientele. And you can use social media to do that. Or maybe you work in real estate or you're an interior designer. For real estate, you probably get a bunch of leads from those lead sources that you pay for every single month, but they're not really converting the way that you want to. What if you were using social media? Social media is free, by the way. Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. These are free marketing tools. What do I mean by that? You don't have to pay for ads. You don't have to pay to use social media. You can use it, put out your video content, reach your audience, and convert. In 2023, I built my business to $117,000. Ask me how much money went to ads. Just ask. $0. So I made $117,000, excuse me. I was like, that sounded weird. I made $117,000 and I never put any of it into ads. None of it. So I'm just making straight profit. There are some of you where you're paying for ads, and there's nothing wrong with paying for ads. I'm just letting you know that there's also another way. So if you're working in real estate right now and you're paying for those lead sources every month, sure, you're getting the leads, but it feels like you're putting out more than you're actually receiving. What if you tried social media? Well, you didn't have to pay for it at all, right? In 2024, we pay for ads because I was told that if I actually added ads to my strategy, it would add fuel to the fire and I will take off, right? So I decided, okay, let me pay for ads. $1,800 a month I invested into ads. Ask me how much money we made. If I invested no money into ads the first year and made $117,000, I was promised that if I invest money into ads, I would actually make more money. Ask me how much I made investing in ads. We put in $1,800 a month. I probably made $300, and I think I'm being generous for 6 months. I'm not saying that ads don't work. I'm just saying it can be really costly, but you can do it organically, like how I'm doing it, putting out your content, reaching your audience, and be able to scale. That's it. Just as simple as that. So if you're like, I want to try this because I've been posting and posting and posting. I follow this guru, this guru, this guru, and nothing seems to be working. You want to cut out the fluff. You want to learn, okay, what content do I post that grows my following? What do I say in my videos that get people to buy? How do I generate leads from my videos? Then join us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. We show you that every day. This is not a typical challenge where you just come in and we just teach you. That's not our goal. Our goal is to help you get results in 5 days or less. And we do that by showing you how to implement. Some of you have joined social media programs before, you've worked with another coach before, but you don't see results because you didn't know how to implement what they were teaching you. In 5 days, we show you how to implement. We show you how to create the videos. We show you what to say in your videos. And we show you how to pivot. what you're doing right now. So if you're like, that's what I want, that's what I need, DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you're watching on YouTube, you can actually head to this website right here. The link is also inside the chat, content2cashchallenge.com/VIP to get access. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Sifat. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to give you this last one, right? So I'm giving you the 4-step framework that helped me to grow my business to 6 figures. And that is the EDGE framework. The first E stands for established pre-selling content, right? And that's where I showed you how you don't just want to post educational content. You want to post content that's also going to pre-sell your audience so that when you make your offer, they're ready to buy. I showed you how to delegate to AI, how you can repurpose your content using AI tools, how you can actually just use my AI Content Generator Pro to create the content for you so you don't have to do it. That actually saves you so much time now. Instead of you having to try to figure out what content to post, waking up every day trying to create the content, this AI Content Generator Pro does it for you. And then we talked about having a growth mindset. Because in order for you to grow a successful business, you actually need to believe that when you put out your content, people will buy from you, and believe that you can learn the skills in order for you to be successful. Marketing is a skill, and so is sales. That was the biggest thing that I learned that shifted my entire life when I understood that if I just learn the skill of marketing, I'll be successful. And if I learn the skill of selling, I'd be successful. Some of you, hey Sierra, some of you right now, you're afraid of sounding salesy. You're afraid of feeling icky when you are putting out your content. You don't want to feel icky, and you don't want your audience to feel like you're just getting money from them, right? But what if you learned how to sell online? Some of you are great selling in person because you're in front of that person, right? You can pick up on their energy, you can read their face. But when you're selling through video, it's just you looking at you. People may be listening to you, but you don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what they're doing. So it's harder to sell. In our challenge, we show you how to sell one to many. One to many. What do you say in order to get your audience to buy? How do you help them so that they can see you as the person who they want to buy from? Right? And that's what this last E. Sierra, how you doing, honey? Haven't spoken to you in a while. This last E is elevate your social media funnel. Elevate your social media funnel. So there are some of you in here, right? Where I just said social media funnel and you thought, I don't know what that is. That sounds complex. I don't know what that is. Well, a funnel is just a way to get your audience into your community. That's it, right? How do you get a lot of people into your community? And then once they're in your community, how do you select the people who are ready to buy from you? How do you identify the people who are ready to buy from you? That's what a funnel is. And so we show you how to do that with social media. Now, some of you may have heard Russell Brunson talk about click funnels, and you have to build out a funnel, right? Yes, you can do that too. But your funnel starts on social media. It starts with you putting out your content to reach your audience, right? So you can take time to build a website. You can take time to build an actual funnel with your CRM or with your membership site, right? But if you don't ever put out the content for people to see you, they're not going to come in. So I want to show you what I did, right? In order to get to consistent 20K, 30K, and 50K months, here's the thing that you want to do. You actually want to, my bad, John, reading my notes to make sure that I have it. You actually need to build a system that gets your audience from watching to buying, right? So some of you may only have the first part. You're putting out the content that gets them to watch, but what gets them to buy? If you're still telling people, head to my bio so that you can buy, well, that's probably the reason why they're not buying. Because what's happening is you're seeing the clicks on your website go up. So people are clicking it, but they're getting lost and they're not checking out. So the clicks are going up, but your checkout is not going up. So what do you do to shift? What do you do to shift, right? And that's by having a social media funnel. Now, here's the thing. In our challenge, we show you this funnel. We show it to you on day 3, actually. right? And one of my clients, she was with us yesterday. I want to read to you what she said. Um, she said, "Oh my goodness, every time we do the challenge, I'm always reminded that we don't realize what all goes into marketing." Okay, right? She's like, I'm always reminded what all we don't realize what all goes into marketing as small business owners. And then you have day 3 and you remind us to take it step by step, right? So day 3 we show you what all goes into marketing. On the forefront it looks easy. You're probably looking at me and you're thinking to yourself, "Wow, all she does is get up and she posts her live videos and that's it. Or she posts her video content, that's it." That's the first step. But you also need to have a system working on your behalf, because what happens if you don't show up? What happens if you get sick that day? Your content should still be working for you. What happens if you're on vacation? Your content should still be working for you. What happens if you're just tired? Your content should still be working for you. One week I woke up, it was a Monday, and I was extremely exhausted. And I said, I have to take the week off. That's it. I work for myself, y'all. So typically, if you're a small business owner, if you're not working, you're not making money. But I said, Lord, I'm gonna need you to cover me because I got to take this week off because I'm extremely exhausted. And guess what? My content was still working for me. People were seeing my content from 2 years ago. People seeing my YouTube content that's reaching them, so that I can still bring people into my pipeline. That's what should be happening for you. So here is a simple funnel that you can use, right? Or a simple system so that you can get your audience from watching to buying. Post your video content. You can offer a lead magnet. From the lead magnet, you can get them on your email list and then convert them. That's a simple one, right? Here's another one. And this is the one that I like to teach in the challenge. Post your video content, invite your audience to a virtual event, whether it's a webinar or it's a boot camp, and then sell. Now, some of you are like, what? I never heard that before. I know, because oftentimes when gurus are showing up, they're just telling you to post your content. So you're posting your content, but you don't have any back end that's working for you. That's why you're not converting. Yes, you can slide in DMs all you want, but if you don't have a back end that's converting for you, it's going to be extremely hard. Now, when I'm teaching, I teach you how to sell high ticket, which means that I show you how to sell anything that's $1,000 or more. If you are selling something for under $1,000, you don't need a back end. You really could just post your content and tell people to buy. But once your offer hits $1,000, that no longer is a logical decision for your audience. It's an emotional decision. And you need to have a certain amount of touch points in order for them to buy. So what do I mean? When your offer is under $1,000, let's say you're selling something for $27, that's a no-brainer for your audience. They're comparing your price to how much they pay for gas each month. And in their minds, they're like, yeah, I can pay for that because it's only $27. But once your offer hits $1,000, now it's an emotional decision. They have to be emotionally connected to the result that you're going to help them get in order for them to make the decision. So let's say you are a financial coach and you're telling people that I'm going to help you build generational wealth, right? They have to be emotionally connected to the fact that they want to build generational wealth in order for them to buy from you. If they're not emotionally connected to that, they're not going to invest. Why? Because at that point, $1,000 costs more than gas. So they got to now think about, do I want to invest this? Do I want to invest this? And my question to you is, do you have a product or service that people want to invest in? And does your content make them want to invest? That's so important to know. Do you have a product or service that makes people want to invest? And does your content make them want to invest? If you don't, then that's what's keeping you stuck. Because you may be talking about, here's how I can help you, but they're not buying because they don't want to invest. Your content doesn't make them want to invest. So what can you do to shift? What you can do to shift is actually speak to their desires. I know you hear a lot about calling out the pain point, calling out the pain points. Calling out the pain points of your dream client is what gets their attention. But what gets them to buy is speaking to their desires. What do they want? And are you creating content that speaks to what they want? When you make that shift, that's when you'll start to see a shift in your sales. So if you've been here this long and you're like, this is exactly what I want, this is exactly what I need, consider joining us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. I know I taught a lot today. Some of you are like, well, that was a lot. Some of it went over your head, but your goal is to take home the one thing that stood out. What's the one thing that I said that made your heart go, yep, that's what I needed? Implement that. And for the rest of you who's like, I do need help and I want to get started now, then join us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. DM me the word challenge accepted. Send me your email as well, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. In the challenge, we show you 5 things. I like to call it the 5 P's to prosperity on social media. We show you how to position your brand on day 1. Why is positioning your brand important? Because you want people to know that you're a business owner. Hey, Jerusha, how you doing? You want people to know that you're a business owner. You're not an influencer. You're a business owner. Why do I say that? Hey, Adonis, how you doing? Because business owners and influencers make their money 2 different ways. A business owner makes their money by converting their followers into customers, but an influencer makes their money by the platform or by brand deals. So you have to actually show your audience, I have something to sell so that they can buy from you. Day 2, we show you how to package your message in your videos using the power of storytelling. This day is specifically for the experts where you have a lot of information in here, but you don't know how to get it into your videos. We show you what to say in your videos so that now you feel confident on camera and you are actually speaking the language of your dream clients. Day 3, we show you how to produce a 6-figure content strategy. So if you're selling anything over $1,000, we show you what is the system you need working on your behalf to get your audience from watching to buying. Day 4, that's today for our challenge, by the way, because we have a challenge going on right now. Day 4, we show you how to present your offer in your videos. What does that mean? How to sell without sounding salesy, how to sell without feeling icky, how to tell your audience, here's how to buy from me, and be confident about it. This is where a lot of you fall flat. You're so great at educating. You're so great at entertaining. You're so great at inspiring. But when it comes time to selling, you freeze. And let me tell you, if you fumble the bag when you're telling someone the price of your offer, they're going to be gone. If you don't sound confident when you are selling in your videos, they're not going to buy. Right? Oh, thank you, Jerusha. Jerusha said, so glad I caught you. You are awesome. She's good people. Connect with her. I love it. Adonis says, I requested the challenge info, but didn't get it or maybe overlooked it. Adonis, I'll double check, but I could have sworn I sent it to you. If you're not following me, it'll go in your request folder. So that's where you have to check. But I'll double check and make sure that I'll go in and that I sent it to you. If I didn't send it to you, please forgive me. I'll make sure I'll send it to you today. Right? Okay. And then day 5 of the challenge, we show you how to profit from your videos. Why is this important? Because if you want to make, okay, I got you. If you want to make consistent $10,000 months, consistent $20,000 months, consistent $30,000 months, if you want to make that in your business, then you need to have a system that is working for you so that you can actually profit from your videos. That's the goal. So we show you that on day 5 of the challenge. And so now you are clear when you're showing up. You're no longer posting just to post, but you're posting with a purpose, and that purpose is profits, right? So the challenge is for the coach where you're already at 6 figures and you want to know how to scale to the next 6 figures. You currently have a following, but you don't know how to convert those followers into customers. That's who the challenge is for. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Adonis. The challenge is also for the business owner where you're hesitating to sell in your videos. You have 1,000 freebies, and every time you show up, you're offering a freebie to your audience. What you're doing is you're training your audience to expect free so that when you finally make your offer, they won't buy. So we show you how to shift that. You don't have to discount your offers. You don't have to offer 1,000 freebies. We show you how to put out quality content that's going to reach your audience so that they will buy from you. And the challenge is also for the business owner where sales is not your issue, right? Visibility is. You have already built your business to 40K months, 50K months, 60K months. But when you show up online, you feel like the best kept secret. You feel invisible. So we want to help you to be seen, especially if you're ready to bring in bigger speaking engagements. You want to be the keynote for Essence Fest. You want to be invited to Podcast Fest. You want to be a speaker on stages in high profile podcasts. And it starts right here with your social media. So we show you how to expand your reach online so that now your impact isn't just with your local community, it is now also with the masses. So if you're in here, you're like, I want to join you, DM me the word challenge accepted. I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you are on YouTube, you can just head to this website that's displayed on the screen, contenttocastchallenge.com/VIP, so that you can get access to the challenge. All right. So that's what I have for y'all today. Not tomorrow, Tuesday. Tuesday, I am going to show you the number one marketing shift that got me 31 leads in 30 days. Right. So the number one marketing shift that got me 31 leads in 30 days. That's Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. I go live 9 a.m. Eastern, Tuesdays through Thursdays. Right. And so I typically schedule my lives out on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So if you want to register, you can register for the lives so that you never miss a live. My goal is to show you how to create content that sells using AI tools. Why? Because when you're selling to your audience, you're actually serving them. And when you're posting with a purpose, you can actually make a profit. Right? So you all have a great day today.